For a young singer-songwriter, 17-year-old Julia Dunn of PEI has accomplished a lot. You may remember that back in 2015, she won a contest at a Moncton radio station to sing in front of thousands of country music fans in a duet with country music star Keith Urban. A year later, her first original self-titled album was released, and now Julia has been selected as one of 9 finalists from across Canada in the Canadian Country Music Association's 2017 Spotlight competition. Julia Dunn dropped by the studio to tell us all about it and how you can help. Hi, Julie. It's great to see you again.
Nice to see you, too.
You're always up to something. Tell us about this Spotlight competition.
So basically, I was chosen to represent PEI in a nationwide contest to sing at the CCMAs this September in Saskatoon. And so I'm against one person from each province, so there's like 9 of us in total. It would be so amazing to actually win it because you just get to be there at the CCMAs, which is something I've always wanted to do, just to like be around everybody behind the country music scene in Canada. And I think it's just an awesome experience to talk to people and meet new people and get my name out there.
Yeah, and I guess the grand prize is that you actually get to perform as part of that festival as well.
In the CCMA week, so that would be amazing.
Have you checked out the competition, Julia?
Of course. I kind of went along looking at their names and looking them up on like Instagram and stuff, kind of seeing the follower ratio and stuff just to see. Yeah.
So who do you figure is your toughest competition at this point?
There's a few of the other girls in it. They have quite a large following, so I'm thinking maybe them.
So now the big challenge is, right, to get people to vote. How are you getting word out there?
Well, I'm posting everywhere on social media because with Keith Urban, which was another kind of voting contest, it was just campaigning and posting every day and trying to get people to send their vote. This one's a little harder because you can only vote once on an electronic device. So I need to get people involved and always voting. It's mostly on social media, though, where I can get it across, I think.
Can you tell us the process as to how you were chosen?
I think people just put their names in from PEI, and then Music PEI selected one person to represent.
Right, so the local organization sends the name forward. So even being the one chosen is quite a thrill too.
Yeah, I'm even like honored to be picked for PEI because there's so many talented artists on PEI. So I was really excited about that.
How did you get word?
I believe it was just like an email saying like you've been selected to represent PEI in the CCMA contest. And I was like, wow.
So we've already said that people can only vote once per electronic device.
Yes.
How do they vote? Where should they go?
You can either go on the CCMA website. I'm sure you can find it there. And also on my website, juliadunn.ca, and on my Instagram, pretty much any of my social medias, I have a link somewhere.
And what have you been up to of late in terms of your music?
Lately, it's just been a lot of performing with my album out. We're also working on a music video that we'll be posting soon, hopefully. And yeah, that's pretty much what I've been up to.
Tell us about working on this music video. What's that been like? Probably a different experience than performing.
Yeah, it's like a lot of mostly brainstorming and figuring out what we want to do.
And you just finished an exam and then you ran over here to the station. It must be hard to you know, you're writing songs, you're performing, you're juggling school life. How do you keep it all together?
It's definitely a lot of organization with working on performances and stuff and practicing, but then also schoolwork. It's like, okay, practice a few songs, do a few math questions. Like, it's a little bit of both.
Do you have any idea whether you're the youngest of all these finalists?
From what I've seen, I believe so. I think I'm the only like teenager. A lot of them seem to be like in their 20s. Yeah.
So is that kind of intimidating in a way?
Yes, but also I think with the help of PEI, I could do it. I could.
That's right. So we need every single person on PEI to get their electronic devices out. Hopefully they have 2 or 3, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
And when do you find out?
The contest ends June 16th, so it's like 10 days of voting. I'm not sure. I'm sure it'll be soon after that, though.
Okay, so people better get cracking and get the votes in. Before we let you go, we do want you to set up a song for us. What are we going to hear?
The music video that I'm going to release is to the song Prove Them Wrong off my album, so we're going to play that for you.
Thanks again.
Thanks for having me.
7 years old with a big dream. Says, Mama, I know what I'm gonna be. Pushed to the side, forced to hide herself. Way up on a shelf that she can't reach. Said no one else listens what she has to preach. Just a little girl caught up in a big world. She says one day I'm gonna make it big. Finding myself, nothing else to dig. They're gonna look at me, see what they missed before. And I'll be living it up and following my dreams. Don't wanna tell me who I'm gonna be. And I've waited so long to finally prove them wrong. Few years back, Mama kicked her out, playing every night for a bar crowd. This isn't the way the cards were supposed to be played. But she ain't losing her steam. She's chasing that big dream. She says one day I'm gonna make it big. Finding myself and nothing else to dig. They're gonna look at me and see what they missed before. And I'll be living it up and following my dreams. Don't wanna tell me who I'm gonna be. And I've waited so long to finally prove them wrong. To finally prove them wrong. A few years back, she got picked up, selling out stadium lineups. Always knew she could, always knew she would. Now just look who's laughing. She said one day I'm gonna make it big. Find myself and nothing else to dig. They're gonna look at me, see what they missed before. And I'll be living it up and following my dreams. Don't wanna tell me who I'm gonna be. And I've waited so long to finally prove them wrong. 7 years old with a big dream. Says, Mama, I know what I'm gonna be. Pushed to the side, forced to hide herself.
That was Julia Dunn with Prove Them Wrong. That's from her self-titled album, and the proceeds from that album go to the Heart and Stroke Foundation. Julia is one of 9 finalists from across Canada in the Canadian Country Music Association's 2017 Spotlight competition. Voting began on June the 7th and runs through until June the 16th at 5 p.m. There's only one vote per electronic device, and the finalist will receive, who gets the most votes on the poll, will win a performance spot during the Country Music Week 2017. And you can just Google the Canadian Country Music Association to find the link to vote, or you can go to Julia's webpage, which is www.juliadunn.ca.